Welcome to Stormhaven, our Sunday D&D campaign. Apologies for being a little late. We were kind of caught up in some conversations. But so real quick, before we get started, a couple of announcements. Happy birthday, Jackson and Luca. That is Anthony and Alex's kids. And I wanted to say I wanted to sing happy birthday to them. So you want to grab Jackson real quick?
Jackson. Oh, you gotta put a shirt on. Because we're gonna sing happy birthday. You gotta put a shirt on. Go, quick. Hurry up, run. Or grab a blanket.
Quick, like a bunny.
And we've got Moose in the unicorn jammies.
Dude, is that a onesie?
That's awesome.
Bro!
Yes. I got it for Brittany, and she never wears it, so the kids wear it all the time.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Luca! Wait, Luca looks different.
Yes.
He's one now, that's why.
I love
Hi,
the
Luca.
fact that the kids stole
Hi,
it and are
Luca.
now wearing it.
All right, here's Jackson.
All right.
Critical hits.
Ready?
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday, dear Luca and
Jackson and Luca.
Happy
birthday
to
to
you.
We don't know with each other.
That was probably the worst
I need
rendition
that back.
of Happy Birthday I've ever heard in my life. But
It was excellent. It was
happy birthday,
fantastic.
Jackson and Luca. Hi, buddy.
That will go down forever in history,
Yep.
boys.
Exactly.
Good night, love
Happy
you.
birthday to you.
That Luca's actually one now.
Oh, little guy.
I officially have a toddler.
Just wait until Terrible 2's hit.
Oh, Terrible Twos don't start at 1 and end at 13. So just to let you know.
Yeah.
You mean they start at
Good
1
night, love you.
and end at 20.
Let's
get this right.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Sometimes, yeah.
All right. So cameras are live. I turned them on for the song. Also, don't forget, Crit Your Pants can change the course of the game, as well as Fates cards that you can give out to anyone. Real quick, a reminder, the Crit Your Pants cannot be individualized. It has to be on the next person who rolls. So regardless of who you want it to go to, it's going to go whoever rolls next for a natural 1 or a natural 20. For the other,
I'm
DM
gonna
gets
take
to draw a
fate
Fates
for
card.
myself,
Oh, snap.
Oh,
Get it.
no.
since there's already a Crit Your Pants out.
Yeah. Oh, I need to fix that too somehow.
I think you just have to get rid of any kind of
I think you have to
timer
make it
period.
so we can do multiple per episode.
Well, that's the
'cause
thing
I
is
can only
it
do
shows
one.
that it's supposed to be able to do multiple, just only one per person. So I think I just have to disable it, and hopefully someone doesn't spam the shit out of it. You know what I mean? I'll see if I can do it now while we're working on stuff. Don't forget, you can do ! socials to find our Discord. We have a couple RPG games in there and a Pokemon game. Right now, it's just me and
Pajama
playing the RPG, and she's kind of stuck. So if you want to play, hop in there. We can definitely use the people.
I need to get in there.
Let me see if
My number's 85.
85. All right. Give me just a sec. I'm trying to disable the thingy.
The thing you
Oh, no.
So the
I
thing-
lied. Oh, wait. No. I think what it is it's a bug on the the cooldown. So I just saved it. So if you refresh, you should be able to actually use it now.
There you go.
But you said 85?
Yeah.
A roommate's dog.
Ooh. Bad news, Bears. Well, good news for you since you're the DM. The DM gets to make a negative 1d6. Well, maybe that's good for us. I don't know. I don't know how that really works
On
since you do it
what?
on yourself.
Just
On a saving throw.
Man, could go either way.
Yep.
all right.
I had no other announcements, so just a reminder. Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern. If you're new to the stream, we do the fantasy campaign, and tonight is Pirates. So that's all I got. Take it away.
All right. Welcome to Stormhaven, everyone. Tonight we start with things heating up a little bit. One could say.
Nice.
Roth opened a box that's called the Arsonist Tinderbox. He didn't check to see if it was trapped or dangerous or anything. He just opened it and looked, and now a 30-foot circle around all of you is completely engulfed in flame.
Melkor immediately runs out of the circle of fire and puts himself out because he's a flammable motherfucker.
Okay, roll a con save to see if you can keep it together to know which way to run out of that fire.
Actually, that's a valid point.
Broth runs to kick Gwyneth's door down and get her. Like, it's on fire. We got to get out of here.
Okay, roll a con save to see if you can get through the fire.
It's not bad. An unnatural 20.
Yeah, you get out of the fire and manage to stop, drop, and roll and get yourself put out. Broth, what was your roll?
I got a 19.
I'm gonna roll for Pearl. Pearl trips trying to run out after Melkor and goes down in the fire and is gonna take 5 fire damage.
Monteith, do I see Broth through the flames? Do I see Broth trying to get through the door and everything?
Yeah, I think you would have heard him yell that it's on fire and we need to go, because he seemed to yell that pretty loud. Unless you want roll perception to see, because the fire would be loud.
Okay, so roll that perception first before I say anything else.
Melkor. Actually, go ahead. I need to read this real quick.
So I got 15 and 4 for 19 to hear.
Yeah, you hear Broth yell that he's going inside, and you would hear Pearl say "fuck" and fall down and start screaming as he's catching on fire, because I think he just has like a t-shirt and his underpants on, pretty much. So they're gonna ignite pretty fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so since I'm a tiefling, I do have a resistance to fire. So I'm gonna try going in the house and getting everybody like.
So you would take half damage then?
Yeah.
Are you gonna try and help Froll or go in the house and help Broth?
First I want to help Froll up. And then
you take 3 fire damage while you're trying to help him.
What's that?
You take 3 fire damage.
Okay.
Running to Froll to help him. That's half damage with your resistance.
Okay.
Melkor is going to gather up a whole bunch of sand around. I'm thinking like as much as I possibly can in like a 5-foot area, like square, and cast catapult on it, which basically shoots it out, and I'm going to shoot it at the house.
Okay. Is that a spell or a cantrip?
It is a spell. It is. I can only use it once. So that's why I'm trying to gather as much sand as possible.
How much sand can you shoot? Like,
it's just basically anything within a 1 to 5 pounds worth. So I'd say I'd like shoot 5 pounds worth.
5 pounds could be a decent amount of sand.
So I'm trying to just like spread it as much as I can. Obviously, I can't control the spread. I'll let you figure that out. But 5 pounds of sand going towards the fire on the house. Do you want me to roll anything to? Because on my side, it's a dex save, but the house is a house, so I don't think that really equates.
Let me see. I don't think it would have any plus. Got an 11, so
So it hits.
yeah, we'll say that. You get the front porch and part of like the steps and a little circle surrounded, covered in the sand, and it puts that out
Okay.
enough for Broth to run inside the house and
Perfect.
go tell everyone that things are on fire.
Okay, and that.
And Monteith, I need a strength check from you to see if you can help roll up. He
Okay.
rolled a nat 20 to get up, so he's going to get a bonus on something.
That triggers the crit your pants.
Yes, it does. I drew the card for him. He got a 2.
Nice.
I rolled an 18 to help him up.
On his next attack, he'll have maximum damage.
Nice.
And then Monteith, what was your strength check?
Strength check would have been 18.
Yeah, you managed to help him up. Are you running straight out of the fire towards Melkor?
No, so I'm gonna go in and kind of, I figure, being that I do have this resistance to fire and it kind of hurts, but it's not hurting me super bad. I am gonna go in and try to help Broth
That's
get everybody
one more
rounded up.
point of fire damage with Thrall's nat 20. I'm going to say you help him up and he runs out and takes
Can I
4 more fire damage, so he's taking 9.
Can I roll an Arcana on the fire, see if it's magical or not?
Yes.
Oh, pretty good. 14.
I think that you would know that this is a magical fire. I don't think you'd quite understand how this box works yet, though, because you haven't been able to
Right.
touch it and identify it.
So I am
So-
going to cast Dispel Magic on the magical effect of the fire.
How big is the radius on that?
It is just I can center the magical effect, and since it's all one magical effect, I'm guessing.
Okay, so do you roll anything
I
for that, or
do.
does it just put it out?
So basically, you need to. Well, actually, so it says any spell of 3rd level or lower, it just ends automatically. But anything 4th or higher, I have to roll a DC plus the spell level, which is 3. So 13. The DC equals. I have to roll at least a 13. For it to
Okay,
work
I would say
otherwise.
let's go with that and
Okay.
roll. See if you can get it
What's
put
my
out.
modifier? Modifier is a 7. That is exactly 13. That is 8 plus 5.
You, in the midst of all of this, do start muttering some words. Froll is stumbling out of the fire and rolling to put himself out, and sees you throw your little magic spell out, and it puts the fire out. You can see the bottom of the house is extremely damaged now. You're fairly sure it probably won't crawl again.
Damn. I should have thought of that first.
Yeah. There's a lot of charring around it. There's been a big, huge plume of smoke floating up in the sky.
Oh, shit. That's going to tell people where we are.
Broth, roll perception.
So that'd be. Where is it? 22.
Yeah, inside the house, you see smoldering spots on the floor, like holes in the wood, flames burning on rugs and parts of the sofa, up the curtains. You think you should probably move fast and find a way to start putting some of these fires out before the rest of the house catches and burns up. You see Gwyneth in there panicking, trying to put her books out in her studio. The door is open. She's been running back and forth from the kitchen trying to carry water. And the fire was just burning faster than she could put it out. And it is starting to become a problem inside the house.
Can I rule to run outside and grab a bunch of sand and run back in and throw it on her books to try and
Yeah.
stop the fire? What do you
It's
want
going
for
to
that?
take a lot of sand. What are you going to use your hands, or are you going to try and find something to put it in?
I'm gonna
Let's
try
say
and
with your
find something to
22
put it in.
perception, you probably see like a wash bucket by the sink.
Yep, grabbing it and then going and just scooping a wash bucket full of sand at a time and trying to get it out.
And then seeing that, I am completely tapped on spells, but I'm gonna run in after him, empty my water skin on her books, or at least as many books as I can, to put out the books because Melkor knows these books are fucking great. Actually, I have 2 water skins, so I will empty both of them out. And then run
Okay.
outside and try to scoop as much sand in the water skins as possible. I know it's probably nothing, but I might keep trying anyways and run back in and just like try to sprinkle it on sand. And now it's like wet sand, so it's probably doing nothing, but I'm gonna try.
I'd say Froll would probably excel in this situation, being the kind of rogue. He's running in and grabbing like curtains off of the wall that are on fire by the rod and just throwing them out in the sand where they can burn, and trying to stomp out rugs and
Oh yeah,
helping you get the house put out.
I'm gonna grab my
Screaming,
bedroll.
"Come on, you guys! Let's just throw it outside. Save the house. There's no
Yep.
point in saving the meaningless stuff."
For sure. So I'm going to unroll my bedroll and use it as like a smothering for the smaller fires, and just smother out the fires as quickly as I can.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking it's like a sleeping bag size. So I feel like it would cover a little more area than my sand.
I think Froll would see you doing this and start helping, and so would everyone else coming out of their respective showers and little pocket dimensions. So it'd take about 5 minutes, but you'd have the house put out, and I need all of you to roll perception.
Oh no.
And by the way, I want to put that box like right here in my left top pocket, like on the inside, so I know it's there.
Melkor 16.
Broth 17.
Monteith.
18.
It was 16.
Yeah, I'd say you guys see that even though it was a short, maybe 5-10 minute fire, the house is severely damaged. You can see the support beams in the floor. You can see where parts have fallen through, where floors are completely burnt out. You're trying to help Gwyneth clean up her books and put them all out and get them organized, and you're really realizing that throwing all the sand and dumping the water skins on them has probably done more harm than good, and that most of these books are going to be ruined.
Damn it. I tried.
I think the sand wouldn't hurt that bad.
Mixed with
you
the
look
water?
over and see that Gwyneth is kind of just sitting there crying, since you guys have pretty much destroyed her hideout, brought her ex to where she was hiding, kind of gave her a really shitty day.
Melkor's going to go up to her. I'm assuming she's like holding one of her books that's ruined. Or what
Yeah.
exactly? So
Like her new book, just the stack of papers that was next to her typewriter that's pretty much charred and burnt to a crisp. Not much left that's salvageable.
wow. Shit. I'm going to find like one of the beams that broke, or one of the floor planks that broke or something. So I have the cantrip mending, which allows me to repair a single break or tear in an object. So I can repair 2 halves and make it look like nothing ever happened. But it's only really beneficial for non-intricate things. So like I wouldn't be able to repair her writing or burnt crisp
Yeah.
papers. but I'm going to try to make it to where at least there's no holes in the floor or the wall. The key about this, though, it can only be a 1 foot square. So if anything's bigger than a 1 foot square, like the break, then I can't fix it. And this would probably, it takes a minute every single time I try.
And that's a cantrip.
Yeah.
So you can keep trying, but it's going to take quite a while for you to fix stuff. Like,
Yeah.
this was a pretty bad fire.
I'm going to still try. I should mention, it does not restore magic. So anything that's magical that burnt and is dead, even if I repair it, the magic's gone. So just keep that in mind.
So yeah, I kind of think that the damage it's taken to its legs, this house is
Probably.
pretty much stuck up here on this cliff now.
Yeah. I feel pretty bad.
And in need of repair. Gwyneth is just gonna kind of stand up and wipe the tears from her eyes, and she says, "I know what'll help. Let's have some tea. We'll have some tea, and it'll be great. We'll all be better. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine." She walks to the kitchen, and she kind of has to tiptoe around the holes and make her way, jump over some stuff. She manages to get to her teapot and heat it up, and she rummages through her cupboard for a minute. And, here it is. This is the tea I've been saving for moments like this. And she drinks. She doesn't drink it. She gets out. How many of you are? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cups. Pours a cup of tea for everyone and says, "Come on, guys, come sit down and have some tea with me."
I will be right back. I'm going to put my the speakers on so I can hear you, but I have to go tell someone something. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I take a sip.
Okay, roll a Constitution save.
Constitution save. 25.
You pass for sure. That's a huge Constitution modifier there. Yeah. Anybody else taking a drink of tea? I would think Grim and RV9 and Pearl and Malurim do.
Uh,
Okay, I'm back.
Did you sell him some Girl Scout cookies because you forgot to tell your homeboy about, that you had some?
I'm on teep with everything that was happening. I probably would definitely want to drink tea.
Yeah, roll a Constitution save.
Okay.
Melkor, being exhausted at trying to mend everything, would probably also drink the tea.
Okay, roll a Constitution save. I would say Ferol and Malurim pass theirs, but Grim and RV9 do not. So they just kind of freeze in place.
I'm on teep. I hit an 11.
Yeah, you fail as well, so you freeze in place too.
You said con save?
Yes,
16 plus 2, so 18.
you pass.
Sweet.
So Grim, RB9, and Monteith are all just frozen in place. And Gwenna says, "Well, didn't work on all of you, but I'm done here." And she reaches under the counter with the control panel on it and grabs the fuse and disappears.
More quick. Can I have another glass? Oh. You guys gonna finish yours? I'm pretty thirsty, and I just emptied my water skin.
Froth, do you want to answer?
Yeah, sure. You can have the rest of mine.
I drink the rest of his.
Okay, roll another Constitution save.
Still not bad. 16.
Yeah, you
I'm rolling
pass
pretty good.
again.
I'm like, all right, that's pretty good. I'm gonna walk over. Who's all frozen? Like, are they frozen like mid sip?
Yeah, like it's just
I'm gonna walk over. Like, are we doing like an interpretive dance? And I'm gonna replicate even though my glass is empty. I'm just gonna be like, am I doing it? Broth, how do I look?
I'm gonna look over and be like, yeah, you got it.
Yes. I'm just gonna stand there for as long as they do. All right, I'm gonna try.
all right.
Are their eyes moving at all?
Yeah, I would actually think that their eyes would be the only thing that can move.
Can I roll an insight to see if they seem? I don't know.
Roll perception.
Ooh. Oh, that's where my rolls stopped. That is a 9.
Yeah, you're like just posing for how they're standing there. You don't look close enough to see that something might be wrong with
Okay,
them.
cool. I'm just like, guys, come on. All right, this is cool, but my arm's getting kind of tired. Guys,
I'll be like, Melkor, hold it. Hold it.
I'm trying. I'm gonna roll a con save, see if I can keep holding it.
Okay.
Can I walk up and start tickling Melkor?
Yes.
I will roll with disadvantage.
Yes.
Oh yeah, this is great. 5.
Yes.
Yeah, you just fall to the ground laughing because Frost starts tickling you, squirming and almost shrieking like a little kid when you just hold him down and tickle him.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm just like literally rolling.
It was worth the laugh.
You don't see anybody else move or react to it. Froll and Maluram are chuckling in the background, but Graham
Can I start-
RB9 and Monteith don't move.
Can I start pushing Monteith? Can I walk over to Monteith and start pushing him with my finger to like see if pushing him over might make him react?
Yeah. Roll a strength check.
Ugh. 5.
Yeah, you kind of poke him and his eyes look at you.
I'm gonna keep poking. See if I
His
annoy him
eyes-
enough.
Just keep looking at you.
With
Damn.
him just continually poking me, since I can't move.
I would
just
think
gonna
you might
roll
be
my
able to
eyes.
like manage a little bit of a grunt, but being stuck with the cup in your mouth, it just kind of be. You're looking at him.
I'm just rolling my eyes like in my head. I'm like, this motherfucker just tried shoving me over. What the fuck?
You don't know that. All you know is I'm poking you.
Poked a little hard there, bud. Fucking right in the ribs.
I'm gonna start poking a little. I'm gonna like get the 2-finger poke going in the chest, like the old lady, you know, that's talking to you, like bam, nails you in the chest with them bony fingers.
He would
Monteith!
just be able to grunt and look at you.
I'm gonna dart my eyes back and forth between broth and the cup that's in my mouth.
I'm gonna grab the cup
Roll
out of his hand.
perception to see if you
See
see
it?
him doing that.
18.
Yeah, I would think with that you would pick up that something might be wrong with the tea, even though it didn't affect you.
Yeah. I want to grab the cup out of his hand, away from like his mouth, you know, like get it away from him.
His arm still doesn't move. He's still.
Then I want to take out my hand axe, and I just want to lightly tap the cup to try and break it if I can't get it out of his hand.
My stomach
The
just
cup,
sunk. I
you get
thought he
the
was gonna
cup out
say-
of his hand, but his arm stays where it was when he was drinking out of the cup. He doesn't move.
So it's not the cup; it was the liquid.
Oh.
I think.
Can I get behind him and do
It
the
was
Heimlich?
an herbal thing, so I didn't think the Arcana would pick up on the magic. So it's
Oh,
not like a spell or
okay.
anything like that. It was just some mushrooms that she had from her garden.
Ooh, wait.
I'm
is
going
that,
Turned into a tea.
I guess I'm
Hold
going
on,
to
I
lay
just-
my bedroll out, even though it's probably kind of smoky, and lay Monteith. Like I'm gonna try to pull him down gently onto the bedroll, and hopefully just lay him out as comfortable as possible, I guess. And be like, hey, I don't know what to do here. I mean, I could probably cure them if I got some sleep, but I'm tapped.
Go ahead and take first watch, and I'll let you get some rest so you can fix them before we leave.
Well, the issue is
Yes.
we have how many people that are not paralyzed? Is it
3,
just me and Broth?
4.
You, Broth, Troll, and Malurim.
Okay, let's have Malurum take first watch,
Okay.
Froll second. That way we can both get full rests before they. I guess
Yeah,
before
I,
they.
I
you
see
know
what you're saying.
And
And then
then
we'll take the third.
third and try to heal them up, because at that
Yeah.
time, if they can fall asleep, they'll be either healed from sleeping, or we'll be at full power to help them in any way we can.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Monteith, I hope you enjoy my bedroll, and I just curl up on a burnt rug.
Okay, so you guys are gonna take a long rest.
Might as well.
Hopefully, yeah.
Probably not a good idea, but we don't really have a choice at
I'm
the
gonna
moment.
tell Malurum to keep an eye out on the sky. And since we're on a giant ledge, I'm gonna have him kind of just stay around the perimeter to watch the skies and the ground, because smoke in the air, people know where we are now.
Yeah, say Malurim has a decent shift. He keeps his eye on the sky and doesn't see anything. Who's gonna take second watch?
I think Froll.
Troll, yeah, would only need 4 hours of meditation. He's let us know that. And then after 4 hours, Monteith, Grimm, and RB9 would just kind of, their limbs would fall down and they'd gasp in some air, and they would be released of the
Oh, cool.
stiffening or paralyzing poison. Its effect lasts 2d4
Ooh.
hours. So they're now free of that, and they'd take a short rest with you guys just to gain some health back and feel a little better. So they'd probably be cramped up and still sore, stiff
Yeah.
from standing in the same position.
Well, Monteith laid down because I laid him down. I guess Broth didn't care enough to put the others down.
Hell no. I went to sleep myself. I don't give a shit.
We'll say Froll and Malurim laid them down since they were
Okay.
taking watches.
Um,
Malurim kicks him out of his bed and rolls his bedroll out and takes a nap. Whoever's taking second shift.
I think Froll's taking second shift since he now has a full rest.
He passes his check. He helps everyone get comfortable since they just unfroze pretty much.
Perfect.
He has a clear shift. Who wants to take third watch?
I think
That'd
me and
be
Broth
me
both
and Mel.
are.
Yep, me and Melkor.
And I'm going to
All right,
mark
roll
my full
perception.
rest.
One of us or both of us?
Both.
That's a dirty 20.
14.
Yeah, you don't see anything. It's a good clear night.
I want to hand this box to Melkor and be like, hey, Melkor, can you tell me what this is? And I hand him the little black box.
I'm going to just give me 10 minutes with it, and I am going to ritually cast Identify, because it does not expend a spell slot, but it does take 10 minutes of concentrating on it.
Okay. You identify this as the arsonist's tinderbox. Normally it has 3 charges in it with a magic flint and steel that ignites when you open the lid. It now has 2, and it just engulfs a 30-foot radius around the box completely in flames. And it is not rechargeable.
I have ideas for this. You're like, yeah.
When struck,
okay.
every item within 30 feet not being worn or carried ignites in flame. So literally pretty much everything just catches on fire except you guys.
All right.
I'm going to put that back in my pocket. Like, yeah, I'm just going to put that away for later.
It's a custom item. It's probably not searchable.
So I'm just going to have to, I have it written down as a note that I have it.
Okay.
Melkor is during his shift. He is going to kind of wander off a little bit, pull out the deck that he found, and he's just kind of tap on it. Kind of sit down, and I'm gonna do identify on it as well, even though it may not come to anything. But I'm just gonna kind of.
You identified it last time, and you already know what it is.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
But you didn't tell anyone that you have it, so.
So I'm just gonna be like walking, like checking the perimeter, and I'm gonna pull a card out.
You're gonna take it off the top, or you're gonna pick out of the middle, or you're gonna take it off the bottom?
Well, I guess that kind of depends. So if I open it and just like if I pull all of them out, it doesn't trigger all of them, does it?
No, I think you have to draw a card, don't you?
Well, I think the way deck of deck of many things or whatever the deck is for 5e, the really like misfortunate one. No matter what you draw out of the card deck, out of the actual sleeve, is what happens. So if you pulled them all, they all trigger.
Okay, well, we'll say you just draw off the top of the deck and out of the box, so you don't pull them all out.
And then for you can just pull random.
And then you want 2?
No, just 1. I'm only pulling 1.
What am I pulling random?
One of the cards. Because you said they're combined, right?
Yeah, I shuffled them both together and drew one off the top.
Yep.
You got the Ruin card.
Oh, no.
Besides magic items, all forms of wealth that you carry or own are banished. This includes all businesses, lands, and holdings.
Well, that's very fortunate because I only had 6 copper, so that's gone. But honestly, I don't.
Does the castle disappear and the boat?
That wasn't
you
mine.
Consider yourself.
It was because I don't own any of it because I don't have a deed for any of it.
True.
So I think I got very lucky with that. Like very lucky. I am going to check. I guess my fishing tackle would be because it helps me earn wealth. So I think that would disappear because it's not magical.
Yeah, I think it would just be your copper disappears.
Okay.
Your fishing boat would probably disappear. That your business, because I would think you had a fishing boat being
That's
a
true.
fisherman.
Before I left, yeah, so that would probably be gone.
All of that would disappear. Any house you had in your past life or property would disappear.
Perfect.
Or just be gone and no longer yours. So, yeah.
But I honestly wouldn't even realize it. I would just, I guess, does it say it or anything? Like, can I read it and see it? Or does it just happen?
You would read it and realize that your copper disappeared and probably your fishing boat and your house before you left for this adventure disappeared.
I am going to Does the card
and
disappear?
then the card would, just
Ah,
out of your hand, just
Okay.
poof into like ash.
I was going to sneak it in Froll's pocket and make him believe he pulled it. And okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
I don't
like,
think
son of a
Froll
bitch.
it would be in the mood. I think he would be in the shower for his rest after his shift.
Is the
'Cause
shower
he
still
misses
there?
the water. Well, no, because she left, so those would disappear.
Well, not
So
only
yeah,
that,
Froll
but
would
we
probably
didn't
just be.
have the because we had to walk out to the desert to find him because we moved the house while he was in the shower. So there was no shower in the
True.
house. Period.
Yeah, but there was a dimensional door.
No, unless she made
Oh.
one, like afterwards, right?
Yeah, everyone else was just in the house. Froll was
Yeah.
outside because he was in the shower when you guys left to hide from that
Yep.
frog and the cat ghost
Now
thing.
she probably cast some kind of portal to get out of there, but we didn't see it. So, yeah, I think he's just standing there like, oh, he'd be butt ass naked now. His clothes catching on fire.
Yeah, I think his undergarments would have burned off, so he's just kind of got himself covered and like. We could find me some clothes. That'd be fucking great, guys. I mean, I've been standing here with my dick out for quite a while now.
Froll, dickmatize, go.
So Froll's like a sea elf, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So he'd be roughly the same size as me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him my costume clothes because the only clothes I have left. I have two pair. One is a dress, and the other is like a pantsuit.
Give him the dress.
I'm
Give him the
handing
dress.
him the dress.
All right. He reluctantly accepts this dress and looks extremely upset, but he puts it on to
Yes.
cover himself up and says, "All right, what do we do now?"
We need a way.
The fire's gonna draw attention.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep an eye out while everyone is getting ready for the day, because my fear is that the smoke is going to attract those slavers again. So I'm just going to keep an eye out while everybody gets their shit together and decide what to do. Because I'm going to pull out my spy.
Monocular.
Yeah. I'm going to pull out my spyglass and just keep an eye out.
All right. Roll perception.
Can I do
perception? That's a 15.
Yeah, I'd say you're gazing the horizon, looking for any signs of those big ships you saw that you threw the fire bolts through their sails to fight them off, and you're looking for a while and you don't see anything, but off in the distance you're not certain if it is or isn't. So you'd say you guys probably have 20-25 minutes to find somewhere to hide that isn't here in the smoke.
Okay.
You don't know how fast those ships can go, but you don't want to find out, really, I would think.
Yeah, I definitely don't. I relay that information. I'm like, guys, I think there's something coming. We need to get out of here. Any ideas?
Can I throw an investigation inside the house after this to see if there's anything left over for cursed items to just kind of swoop them into the bag of hoarding? But well,
if you touch them, you get okay.
Oh,
I mean, yeah.
you know
go
what?
ahead.
Before he
no,
does
I'm gonna
that,
use my sword, my hand
I'm gonna be like,
axe.
hey, Broth, better idea. Let's make it look like somebody robbed this place and leave cursed items out there so they pick them up.
Okay, how are we gonna pick them up?
Bedrolls,
Sort it.
bedrolls, clothes, I mean, as long as we don't have direct contact, we should be fine, right?
Yes.
You got a point. Like a pillowcase, kind of wrap it in
Yeah.
a pillowcase and go drop it.
I mean, there's shards of burnt curtains out here right now, so we could just pluck shit out and just like drop them all over, lead it to the bird's nest, so they think that they tried robbing that place too. That way, when they're grabbing shit out of the bird's nest, because they're going to see that too, maybe it'll cause issues with them.
Can I hurry up and run into her room and throw an investigation to see if I can find those eggs that she like tried to take off with?
I don't remember said eggs, but yeah, go ahead.
They're from the bird that we
Yep.
killed on the magical nest.
She wrapped them up and put them underneath some kind of light.
21.
Yeah, until you find them, and probably have to grab like a whole little incubator box. So
Will that fit inside of the bag of hoarding?
No. You're gonna have to carry it with one hand, like a crate.
Well, I'm carrying it. I'm not leaving them behind, and I tell everyone that I'm not leaving them. They're worth good money.
All right.
Can I look at the eggs and roll a nature on them, see if they got burned?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. 19.
They feel a little warm to you. You're not a bird doctor by any means. You're not a veterinarian. But you notice a little smoke on the outside of them, so you wipe them off. Use your sleeve or whatever handkerchief you might have, and kind of clean them up and inspect them. You don't see any cracks or damage or breaks, but you think they might need to just take a break and cool off a little bit because the fire probably heated them up a little too much.
I'm going to cast message into the egg. I don't know if it's going to do anything, but I'm going to try it anyways. I'm going to be like, hey, little birdie, are you okay in there?
You're going to hear 2 chirps, and that's it.
I'm like, oh, I think we're good. I think they're good. She said, chirp, chirp.
Yes, one's alive.
I'm going to do it to the other 2 eggs. It's a cantrip, so I can do it unlimited times.
I thought you were just doing it to all the eggs, and I had rolled for all 3 of the eggs.
Perfect. Yeah, I was definitely going to do
Two
one by
of
one.
them chirped, and one didn't. So
I'm going to be like, 2 of them are good. The other, I think, is just sleeping.
Okay. We got to put them somewhere and take them with us.
I am going to pull out my... What'd she have them wrapped in? Just like a cloth, right? Like a blanket or something?
yeah, she just took like one of those under blankets that you used to see, like your grandma would use her comforter on top, and then there's a little fuzzy green or yellow blanket underneath it.
Okay.
With that little satin strip on the side. So she just grabbed that off her bed and went out and wrapped them up in that, and had like an incubator inside. Being the scientist, caretaker kind of lady she is, and she just stuffed them in their little blanket and kept them warm, turned the light on.
I'm going to look at them like, so I think eggs are supposed to stay warm. So we need to figure a way to keep them warm. So I light my hooded lantern, but close the lid. I close the hood. And I place it between them. I said, this will stay lit for 6 hours. At least it'll give a little bit of warmth. I'm like, hold them
that'll
carefully.
keep them warm enough, and you guys will be able to carry this crate with you.
Perfect.
Whatever it is you decide to do.
So who's going to carry it?
I will.
All right.
You guys are going to make it look like a robbery and just take off, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna start.
You need to start hurrying up. You probably have 15 minutes left.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to just use my use different pieces of cloth and just start chucking shit out the door, and just like I'm gonna make it look like it's spread apart, and then I'm going to use one of the curtains and use some rope and basically make like a makeshift bag, but I'm gonna make a tear in it on purpose towards the end of all the items and make it look like they all fell out. I seen them coming and I just ran. So basically, I'm trying to stage the environment to hopefully throw them off. But we need to figure
Roll
out how to get out.
performance with disadvantage, since there's going to be the
Okay.
rest of the party helping you do this too.
I'm gonna guide
Well,
myself.
one of the things I want to do is look at the ground and see how many footprints and everything are, and try to find something where, as everyone's leaving, I can kind of like just have one person walking.
You rolled decent on your perception last time, right?
Yeah.
It was what, like
Yes.
a 22?
Yeah.
You would have saw a broom in the kitchen. So
I'm gonna grab that.
Okay,
And I'm gonna
oh.
tell everyone to go ahead of me, and I'm gonna sweep it out and have just my footprints walking
And
to
then,
look like one person came up and ran and sacked the place.
I rolled double 8s for my disadvantage on performance, so that's still 19 plus 2. So that's 21.
Yeah, you make it look like a robbery, and they just burn the house down instead of stealing from it.
Knowing that we're not coming back here, I'm throwing firebolts at the house to light it back on fire.
Just one.
It takes 6 seconds between each one, but probably one on each side. And I'm going to try to shoot one through the door so it catches the inside. And then as I'm going through, getting the other 3 sides, that way it's kind of just hit on all sides.
Okay. Yeah, check off your spells and whatnot, and we'll say you started on fire and the house is burning again, starting to smolder from the bottom up.
Perfect.
Everything was still warm. You had the embers and stuff put out, but it's still hot enough that it's reigniting pretty quickly. And
awesome.
Here comes a plume of smoke again. You guys have like 10 minutes left to climb down the rope and find somewhere to hide.
Yeah, so we need to find somewhere to hide.
Yeah, can I throw a what would you want for that? To find like a cave to hide in or something. Or like if we can find it like a little dungeon or something.
Oh, a dungeon's probably not a good idea.
Roll perception.
Can I ask Melkor for the spyglass?
Yeah.
All right. Dirty 20.
Yeah, it's going down the side of, you get down the rope to the ground that you were walking on with the road and the bridges, whatnot. And you see a very narrow path going down the side of the cliff face. As you walk over there, Malurim has to roll his save. What was it, a dex save?
Wait, no, wasn't that
To
Monteith?
resist jumping off the cliff.
Wasn't
I
that?
believe it was a dex save of 16.
Yes. Woo. Great.
He doesn't know why, but he suddenly has the almost uncontrollable urge to jump off of the cliff.
Oh no!
Do I see this?
You see his brow start to sweat, and he kind of starts shaking and just holding on to the rock face, and he's really nervous looking. He rolls a 17 and barely saves, but he lets you guys know that I don't know why, guys, but I really want to just jump.
Don't you do that to me. Malurim, don't you dare do that to me.
So are you guys gonna walk down the path?
I'm gonna tie a rope onto him.
Now, can you remind me? So he, out of character, he's cursed, right? And that's why he's doing it.
Yes, because he caught that or grabbed that object.
Okay,
that was the one night he played, and that was his curse. Was anytime he's near a cliff face, he has to roll a dex save to not jump off the cliff.
Okay, cool.
If he fails, he swan dives because he can't help it.
Okay. I am going to look over at him. I'm like, all right, this is for your own safety. And I give him the ring of feather falling.
Okay.
I forgot you had that.
And basically he falls very fast, but he takes no damage from it. So he falls 60 feet per round.
Okay. And
I'm
then it's if he's hit, he has to roll a save to stay on his feet, or he's knocked the 10 feet back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. He now will have that on. Be wearing that. Say you'll explain to him what it does, so he'll feel a little bit better and start walking down the path again, and still appreciate the rope that Broth has tied to him.
Cool. Yeah, I
Be like,
wanted
I
to hope,
got you.
I wanted to hope that it was going to actually ease a little bit because I can't cure curses yet. Though I think the actual guys can, but they're not here. So, yeah, I guess we keep going along. And I'm gonna as we keep walking, I'm gonna walk next to Broth. I'm like, hey Broth. I'm gonna pull out the deck. I'm like, I found this really cool deck.
I'm gonna look
I
over at
pulled
him
a card.
in interest and be like, really?
I was like, yeah, I pulled a card and it took 6 copper from me. That's it though. Like I still have all my other stuff. So it's like a deck of minor inconvenience. You want to try?
Only if you shuffle it in front of me.
I can't pull them from the deck. I can only pull one at a time.
Oh, man. Hold on.
I'm gonna roll persuasion.
Yeah, I pull one.
Oh, I don't even have to pull persuasion. I'm like, all right, here.
You just reach in and pull one off the top.
No, I kind of like I kind of pick out of the middle. I try to get one out of the middle, you know what I mean, and like slide one out
Okay.
if possible.
Say when.
When?
Oh no.
Oh, fucking awesome. You encounter a hostile dragon.
Oh. You look off the side of the path you're walking down as it's zigging and zagging, and you guys have to navigate this path in a single file, and you see a full-size black dragon screeching and flying around the skies, and you realize that it has just noticed your party and it is flying towards you. And the ships are also about to arrive. And so it's going to be like a 3-way battle between the ships and the dragon, and you guys are going to have to try and run down this path and avoid being captured or killed.
I am going to, when the dragon gets close enough, I'm going to cast Calm Emotions at it.
Okay,
So-
let me pull up a dragon card for a
Yeah, because he'll have to
black dragon.
roll.
Melkor, when we get out of this, I'm punching you in the gut.
I'm like, minor inconvenience, and I'm just fucking running.
I'm joining him. We're booking it.
Mommy has arrived, gentlemen.
Oh, no. Actually, this would be a really good spot to take a break real quick. We're almost at that time
Yes.
anyways. So
Oh, yeah, it would.
we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be back in a few minutes for a dragon battle.
All right, we are back with Dragons in Tow.
Yeah, with everybody rolling wisdom saves.
Oh God.
Oh shit.
I will say Malurim, Froll, Grim, and RB9 have already rolled theirs.
22.
16.
15.
Okay, Monteith, you fail. Roth
God
and
damn
Melkor,
it.
you pass. Roth, Malurim, Melkor, RB9, and Grim all take off running down the zigzag path down the side of this cliff. They are now frightened of this dragon and have to get away from it. The dragon is coming closer. The slavers' ships are getting closer to the fire that is burning and engulfed the house by now.
Question. So you
Guys.
said who all is scared of it?
Just me.
Just you. Oh, okay.
You and Broth are not scared of it. Everyone else is because they're on the path with you. I think
Well,
Froll.
that means Broth is
Froll
being
rolled a
dragged along
natural
too.
20, so he passed. Malurim, RB9, and Grim failed. They are terrified. I believe Malurim and Broth are tied together,
Yeah.
so they are both running with this rope down the path.
However, I am also running because I ain't gonna face no fucking dragon, and I ain't gonna be a
Fuck
slave.
this shit, I'm out.
Yeah. So
While you guys are running, somebody roll perception with disadvantage.
I
I
am
mean,
not the best.
I got a good plus to it.
I do not.
You want me to take it?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
There
gonna
we
cast
go.
guidance on him. That adds a D4.
Okay, let me grab a D4. All right, here we go. Okay, that is not bad. So we got a 14 and a 12. So 12 plus 13 or 1, and then plus 19 perception.
Hey, you hear some like pebbles dropping from above you, hitting the path, and you look up and you see a manticore coming down the side of the cliff face as well. And as you notice it, you see this breath of acid, this stream of acid come from the dragon's mouth and just direct hit this manticore and like melt it, and its body just breaks in half and it falls off of the side of this cliff, and you just watch it disappear into the air because these cliffs are still pretty tall. And
I want to point
you're
that out
even
to
more
everyone.
terrified, and you take off running even faster.
But I pointed out to everyone as I'm booking it so they can see what that dragon can do. Is I'm still like, fuck this shit, I'm
You
out.
guys are running. You hear the dragon screech through the air, and it turns its attention to the ships coming towards you guys and starts attacking the slavers, and they are going to start firing their bows at it. And these two are going to go back and forth. The dragon gets 3 attacks per turn and starts breaking and destroying the ships, but the other two, I'm saying there's 3 ships that showed up, start firing their harpoons and cannons and crossbows at it. You're watching this like aerial battle between this full-grown adult black dragon as it's shooting its acid breath at the ships and whipping its tail and trying to wind gust them to roll them and knock the crew members off.
I'm
It
gonna
gets
be like,
pretty
guys,
intense.
let's hide.
Can I throw a perception before we hide to look up there and ask Melkor for the scope real quick?
It's not a very long path. It goes probably 5 turns, and I would say you probably ran that by now and have entered a little hideout cave.
Oh, okay, cool.
Probably 50 feet deep, and
Oh,
it's a
thank
bit
Christ.
dark in there, but you see an eerie blue glow at the end of the cave.
Oh, fuck.
Melkor,
Well-
being the curious cat he is, would like to look at it.
Wait, does Melkor have dark vision?
Melkor does not have dark vision.
Can I throw a perception before he starts walking away?
Oh, I've already started
I
walking.
have. Okay, well, he already started, but as we're
Hey,
walking,
Melkor
because I'm
makes
going to
it
follow.
to the eerie blue light unfazed. Melkor, roll perception or investigation, whichever one you feel like.
Oh yeah, I will definitely do investigation. So that is a 23.
Okay, you see a very similar rune circle with the blocks and the eerie glow inside, and realize that this is another portal.
Does Melkor say that out loud?
Not yet. Melkor is going to look at it. Since Melkor drew out the runes beforehand, except for the missing ones, do they match what I have drawn down?
I would say that portals like this would take the same magic to make them work. So yeah, probably.
Okay. I'm going to be like, guys.
They're glowing, so you could. It's like a dull, dark blue glow, but you can see it in there, and you can see the swirling, like cloudy effect inside. That's the portal, and how it just eerily kind of glows.
Okay.
Leaves that blue that you saw at the end of the cave.
I'm going to be like, guys, come on. There's a portal. And I'm going to, before we go, I'm going to look around in this cave for anything neat. Just anything like that, like maybe someone hid out here one time and forgot something.
I kind of wanted to do that too. Just kind of look around, honestly.
Okay, go ahead. Do you have dark vision, Broth?
I do.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception or investigation.
Okay, I'll throw it with perception, and I already rolled, so that's a 24.
Yeah, you see some old empty barrels, not much of value. It looks like it had been looted. And this portal was kind of hidden. You rolled really well on your investigation, and it.
Can I break one of the barrels to take some of the wood?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good idea.
I kind of want I want to break it in half so I can steal some of the.
Take the metal off and just steal the planks so you can use
Yeah,
it
I
for
want,
firewood or what?
Firewood, random miscellaneous shit. So I only
So you
want
probably get
8
10
pieces.
planks.
Okay.
I'd say
Okay,
you
I'll
probably
take
get
that.
10 planks out of the barrel, and you can tie them up with some rope and make it into a carryable bundle.
Melkor's
probably
going to be
gonna add-
like, so, Broth, I told you, minor inconvenience for us, hella inconvenience for them.
You know, Melkor, I'll give you that. But god damn it, keep them cards away, or learn to use them on other fucking people instead of us, because we don't know what we're gonna get out of there.
Monteith, I'd like to fill my pockets back full of pocket.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing that as well before we go into the portal.
Monteith, the trendsetter, pocket sand boy.
Yep.
Monteith, though, I would like to pipe up out loud to the rest of the crew and be like, boys, call me Mr. Pocket Sand.
Can I take and grab my bag of hoarding and put 1 pound of sand in there?
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to. So he busted open a barrel, got 10 planks, right?
Oh, Melkor, you know what we forgot to do?
What's that?
You forgot to roll.
For your spells.
Yeah.
I do. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because
that's that's the
your-
firebolt.
I did 4 firebolts. I did
The identify.
I did message 3 times, 1 per egg. I did catapult, but catapult's not a spell. It is. Oh, well, it actually technically is, but it's an artificer spell. And then I did dispel magic. So how many is that? 9. Okay.
9.
Okay.
That's 36 damage.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
D4s plus 2.
Oh my god.
Or that's anywhere from 9 to there plus a bunch of 2s.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll.
Guaranteed 18 damage.
Yeah, I'm just
Yep.
gonna roll 9d4 because there's 9 spells,
Yep.
and then add 9. Or I'm sorry, add 18. So that's
Yep.
38.
Oh my god.
Melkor, like a delayed reaction. Melkor's like, oh, okay, adrenaline's gone. And I just collapse on the ground. I'm like, oh, fuck. I have 2 HP.
I run over and start panicking and shaking Melkor. Don't you fucking die on me!
Yeah, I have 2 HP.
Medic!
Of course, fucked up. Like you see blood like pouring out of his nose. It's coming out of his mouth.
No
Melkor!
one.
He seems
Wait,
to be.
did anyone else cast spells She did.
No.
to get
Who?
out?
No, they wouldn't affect you though.
They do.
I don't think anyone
It's only
else.
it's
Oh, no.
only our
It's
group
only
and
you.
It says every time someone casts a spell within 60 feet.
I don't think anyone else cast any spells within 5 feet of you.
60 feet.
Does the
Fuck.
dragon's acid breath count as a
No,
spell?
but she cast a spell to disappear.
Yes, she did.
So I am down.
Do you have any health potions? Before you pass out, do you have any health potions?
I'm
Roll investigation.
I
to
would
look
have
for his
actually
bag.
passed out on the road. So you guys would have basically had to drag me.
I kind of
Yes,
thought
that's my bad. I forgot.
I
to
did too.
Remember that.
investigation. I got 12.
What were you looking for?
I want to see if he has any healing potions. I want to try getting this full healed because I don't think we have anybody else right now that can heal him.
Oh shit.
Do you have any?
I don't know. It won't let me scroll because I think since I'm unconscious, it won't let me scroll through my inventory.
I'm pretty sure I have one.
Oh, never mind. I just had to refresh.
I'm trying to find it.
I do not have any healing potions.
Found it. I have one.
So I want to hold Melkor's mouth open and be like, Broth, pour a health potion in his throat. I'll make him swallow.
Before we do that, hold on. Before we do that,
that,
because I would have went unconscious after the last fireball that I hit at the house.
would it be fair to say that your adrenaline was making you rush hard enough to get you to where we are?
Yeah,
I'm
we're gonna. Have
gonna leave that for DM.
because it's way too far to go back.
Okay. Yeah, so I'd say like just the adrenaline pushed me, and then all of a sudden it all hit. So I just fucking collapsed on the ground.
Yeah, you're like, hey guys, we got here, and
Yeah.
done.
As he
Okay.
falls down and Broth is pouring this
Portal,
in
let
his
him
mouth,
know.
I'm making
Hey
him
guys,
swallow.
there's a portal, and Melkor just falls over on the ground next to the portal.
Do you want me to do my death saves, or at least my first one?
Yes.
All right, Broth, we got to work in tandem, bro.
That's a failure.
Right. You open his mouth.
He coughs out some more blood.
Ah,
as he's
shit.
gonna start to bleed more out of his nose and
This
mouth.
is why we need
He's
clerics.
kind of clutching his gut, just coughing.
Do we have a medic?
We do, but they're
Monty's
not
just
here.
freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, they're not here, so they can't do anything.
Shit.
Roth, can you do anything to help him?
To save him? Besides that health potion,
How much health does that give him?
I think it's just a normal health potion,
I
isn't
think
it?
it's 2d2 plus 2, or 2d4 plus 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you
It's 8 health.
well, I think the way if you're unconscious and you shove a bottle down someone's throat, at least this is how I do it. This is up to you. The person being force fed this potion has to make a con save to see if they choke.
What if Monteith is sitting there
go
rubbing your
ahead,
throat?
Melkor, and make that
I
con
was
save.
rubbing his throat trying to get him to swallow it.
It is a 16, so I think it's okay.
That is a 10, because I rolled a d6 for a minus 1d6 on a saving throw.
Oh, nice.
So some of it goes down. Melkor starts to choke. Roll your second death save.
Fuck.
You guys hear him gagging, and like some of the blood went back down with the health potion as you were trying to force feed it to him.
That is another failure. I have one more.
Can I roll a medicine
The
check?
health potion and blood mixed together is starting to foam out of his mouth as you hear him gargling and gagging. Are you guys gonna do anything to try and save him?
I'm gonna roll him on his side so he doesn't drown in it.
Roll a medicine check.
Oh fuck.
That's in that one. So not only do I not roll him on his side, I'm probably fucking him up worse.
Shit, you're like. I need you to describe how you'd be fucking this up.
So when I would go to push him, I'd say like push him over onto his side. I'd say I'd probably fall on top of him.
So with that, I will make my final death save with disadvantage since you made it worse.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Brandon. Please don't hate me.
That is a third failure. I am dead.
Bro. I'm so
Troll
sorry.
watches this happen. He's running, trying to help, and by the time he gets there, he says, "Captain! Captain!" He starts crying almost belligerently. And I would think that he would glare at Broth, and in his heart, he would blame this on him.
Broth or Monteith? Because Monteith fucked it up.
Monty, I was the one who fucked him up.
Froll has been mad at Broth for bringing you guys here to this desert, and he told Broth to fix this.
That's true.
And this did not fix that.
How far are we, or away? How far away are we from this portal?
You guys are right next to the portal.
In my grief-stricken state, I am pulling Melkor through this fucking portal with everything I fucking have.
You guys roll into the portal. You see the blue, like hyperspace almost.
I'm holding on to him as tight as I can.
Give me a
I want to
strength
start patting through his pockets.
We're already rolled through the
Monteith
portal.
rolled into the portal with Melkor's
All
body.
right, well, when we get there, I went in after.
Monteith 17.
Yeah, you managed to hold on to him, crying and distraught.
I know full
Emotionally.
fucking well I feel completely at fault for him getting fucking killed.
You roll a perception with disadvantage because you're crying so hard.
Me or
First one's a 13. Second one is a 6.
You hear seagulls, but you don't know where you're at yet. It hasn't registered because you're still holding the body of one of the people you bonded with the most, actually, on the ship in the crew. You believe Froll is your captain, but you would have followed Melkor anywhere. Been by his side, and you're clutching his dead body to your chest. Kind of, I'm picturing you on your knees. The sun would be going down on the horizon, and it's starting to get dark and cool off after being in this desert for so long where you've been baking in the sun. It's kind of nice to feel this cool, and behind you, you hear 5 thuds and coughing, and your crew behind you like, where the fuck are we? And realizing that Melkor's dead in your arms, there's probably a period of sadness. And Froll, I would think, just wanders off to find somewhere to sit in the water and think to himself.
I want to take and get into his pocket and get his sending stone that I know he has. And I want to
Give a
send.
little investigation. Are you emotionally distraught about this, or are you just
No, I'm emotionally distraught.
roll with disadvantage? The tears make it hard to focus.
So either way, that is a 13.
Melkor, being the crafty guy he was, had a lot of pockets, I would think, for a lot of different stuff. His fishing lures, his line, his message stuff. I don't know that you'd be able to find it, and I don't know if everyone else would be okay with you looting your fellow crewmate's body.
The only thing I
Uh,
want's
I
the
think that
sending
would
stone.
probably cross the line. Put his
Mon-
belongings in a pouch and probably want to find somewhere to bury him or sail him out, give him the pirate's death he would want.
Monteith being just so fucking like losing like what I would have called the captain of captains, and Frohl walking away from everybody. I'd like to try to get some help to lift him and to see if we can't find a safe place to go to bury him.
I help him.
Yes. I would say the whole crew, even RB9, he remembers his encounter with Melkor being fairly pleasant and positive. They all kind of hoist him up and walk across this island through a bit of the trees and find a nice little clearing. You can see the sunset and a little bit of the beach and hear the waves crashing.
Did Broth check my pockets or no?
Yes, but he rolled a 13, and I don't know where you'd keep your stuff or how organized you would be with
So
as much stuff as you had.
he
So,
would not have found the sending stone, but he would have found a letter.
okay. So, what does the letter say?
It is addressed to the crew, so he can read it out loud. And essentially it says, I came in for an adventure, and if you found this, I went out with one. Thank you. I wish to be put out at sea and just let my body sink. As I am a fisherman, I shall feed the fish for as long as my body is there.
So would it be safe to say Broth
You
was
guys
reading that out
pick
loud?
him back up and walk back to the beach. You're going to have to roll perception or investigation to figure out what's going on this island.
Monteith, having been a soldier in the past, as we're carrying him to the shore, I feel it only fitting to salute Melkor with full military honors and all kind of share our memories of him before we send him off to his final resting place.
I want to be the one to take and push Melkor off as the final person. Even though I know Frohl's probably going to kill me.
Did you guys roll perception?
I did. I got a 17.
Let me
So
roll
you'd
perception
see
real quick.
a rugged-looking raft kind of floating off at the end of the cove on this part of the island that you're at. You'd think one or two of you could probably float out a ways and drop his body off, let it sink. You might, with that, you'd grab some rocks and tie ropes to him and tie it to his feet so that his body's going to sink.
Is
So
Frohl
it
with
can-
us, or did he still walk off before he heard this letter?
I think Frohl was still upset and sitting off, trying to vent.
I want to walk over and give him the letter that I have from Melkor that I found.
Roll
get hit.
perception to see if you can find him. I would think he would be going stealth and hiding.
I got a 15.
Hold on. Yeah, he's not very hidden. He's just kind of pacing back and forth. So I think you find him fairly easily.
Yeah, I want to walk up and give him the letter and be like, "We found a boat," and I think it'd be respectful if me and you pushed him out to sea. I know I
Okay.
fucked up really bad, but I I don't know what else I can say or do to fix this at the moment. And I
All
kind
right.
of start
He
like,
agrees to go in the raft, the little rowboat with you, and helps you tie the rocks to Melkor's feet kind of evenly, so he's laying down in the bottom and can feed these fish and stuff. You guys float out there, and as you're pushing Melkor off the side of the boat so he can sink, and you see a glint from Froll's hand, and you turn around and see that he has a dagger drawn, and he tries to stab you, but he misses and
I
just
fall
kind of
back.
falls to his knees and loses control and starts bawling. Says over and over again, "You didn't fix anything, you just made it worse."
I didn't. I'm sorry.
And you guys row back to the shore, and I would think there's a pretty big wedge driven between Roth and Froll now.
Yeah.
Probably going to need to be figured out at some point.
As they're coming back to the beach, Monteith's carving fucking Melkor's name into his arm. Like the crazy ex-girlfriend kind of deal.
Roll
I'll
damage
take
for a
whatever.
dagger, 1d4 plus 3.
Okay.
Doing more than one slash, then roll it a couple times.
So 1, the 4. This is total damage so far. So the first one was 1d4 plus 3. Was 1 plus 3 for 4. Then 6 damage. Then another 3. So add 7 to that. I'll do it one more time. For a grand total of 18 damage.
Okay. Yeah. Take your 18 damage. I think you guys would probably take a moment of just sitting there in this sadness and sorrow. Kind of, I picture Froll kind of shaking, reading this letter over and over again, almost unable to stop crying for an hour or so. Monteith sitting there carving Melkor into his forearm, probably bawling while he's doing it. You can tell that it's hurting him. Broth, I don't know what kind of thoughts would be swirling in your head, but I wouldn't imagine they'd be on the best end of things, probably along the lines of turning yourself in, just finding the pirate lord and getting it over with, and why save the world. So roll a constitution save to see if you can keep it together.
Constitution, that would be 14.
So you struggle to fight it, but you don't do anything rash or stupid right now. You just kind of sit there and shake and fall, and it's a very traumatic scene on this beach. The ocean crashing, the sun going down at dusk. First sunset you guys have seen, and you don't know how long you were there, but you realize it would have been something Melkor would have loved to see, and he was so close to seeing it, and you guys would just start falling again.
Roth gets up and walks away from everyone. Kind of goes away from everyone for a bit to think about what just, transpired a little more.
Monteith, I'm gonna go try to find Froll. Or I don't actually imagine it'd be too hard to find him if he's just sitting there reading it over and over again.
Yeah, he was right by the campfire. You guys, I would think, made a fire, got RB9. I wouldn't think really has feelings emotionally. He was a pleasant guy. Just picture him kind of robotic since he's the stone whatever he is. But still.
So Monteith, first, what I'm going to do after having done this and kind of just thinking back on everything, I definitely blame myself because I feel like when I went to roll him and I fell on him, I definitely did more harm than good. I'm going to kind of pat the captain on the shoulder, and I'm going to go try finding Broth real fast.
Okay. Roll perception to see if you can find his tracks in the sand.
That's a 16 and 4 for a dirty 20.
Yeah, you find him, yeah.
Just kind of aimlessly walking at the moment with a blank stare on my face.
So I'm going to walk up to Broth and kind of put my hand on his shoulder and say, and let me preface first, I'm still most definitely fucked up over this. As you said, I feel like I was pretty close to Melkor. So I'm going to put my hand on Broth's shoulder and say, first I'm going to say, the captain's just grief-stricken. Try not to take too much what he's saying to heart. And then I'm going to tell him, I don't really blame you for this. I blame myself. I could have done so much more. And then I'm going to walk away, and then I'm going to go back to the campfire and just kind of sit there and stare into the flames.
While you're walking back, roll a Constitution save for me with disadvantage.
Okay. First one's 10, second one is 21.
I'd say you succumb to your thoughts of, you remember seeing Melkor with that magic deck that made the dragon appear, and you heard him say something about it taking money from him, the minor inconveniences, and you think maybe if you dive down and get it, it could help.
Fair enough. So I want to walk back over to Broth and be like, how good of a swimmer are you?
I'm going to snap out of my blank stare and just kind of be like, well, I'm part shark, so
I'm going to look at him and I'm going to propose my idea to him that I'm going to look at him and say, do you remember that deck that Melkor pulled out of his pocket?
Yeah. I
That
do.
feels like it could do something. I mean, it summoned a dragon out of fucking nowhere. Let's go out to where you sunk him. Let's have you dive in, and I'll keep the boat centered as to where we're at. try finding that deck. You never know, it couldn't hurt.
Roll persuasion. Monteith.
Oh, that's a 3. I ain't very persuasive. I'm probably blubbering the whole time I'm trying to say it.
I would think so, yeah.
I'd still think I'd be convinced, though, honestly, with everything that's going on. Because thinking I could be like, I could pull a card out. He could come back to life.
All right, okay. Then do you guys want to go get in the rowboat and try and go find it?
Yes.
Yeah, Broth being the one who rode out earlier, it's probably dark by now and not as easy to tell. Roll perception to see if you can get back to where you were.
16.
I'd say you get pretty close, or not exactly where you were, but you'd be able to dive down and roll investigation for in the water with your dark vision. It'd still be blurry, but you'd be able to see somewhat just because you're underwater and it moves.
That's a 18.
Yeah, you see Melkor's body floating there, kind of laying down. You tied it so it would lay like that.
So I want to go over, and as I go over, I want to sit there and profusely apologize to Melkor and Melkorina and all the alter egos he had, reminisce of the time that we had in that, and then pretty much just tell him I'm sorry for looting your grave at the moment.
What do you want to do? Do you want to search his bag or just take the whole bag? I think he just had his stuff in his pack.
I want to take the bag, but if I remember it, I think he had those in his pockets, so I need to check his pockets.
Melkor or Brandon, where would Melkor have had it?
Probably. You talking about the sending stone?
No, the box with the deck in it.
Oh, it would have been in one of my inside jacket pocket because I was trying to hide it from people.
Okay. Roll investigation, Broth.
24.
Yeah, I'd say you start patting down his chest, where pockets would be, and you hit his right breast pocket and feel it on the inside of his jacket and reach in and grab it.
And kind of sit there, and again, I apologize. I start pretty much apologizing, telling him how I resent myself and how this is my fault because I jumped through the hole, not thinking, and just maybe, I don't know if he can talk to me whenever. I don't know if this is working. I'm just sitting here blabbing because I'm staring at him underwater and that, and the emotions are running and whatnot. But, I hope that he's in the last thing I say is I hope he's in the big giant ocean up there in a nice big fishing boat catching all the fish. And then I go back up to Melkor. Or Monteith, I'm sorry.
I'm going to look directly at Brock, and the second he surfaces, and be like, did you find it?
Yeah, I found it.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw a random card from the deck and see if it helps.
I'm going to pull him out.
Just a second.
I'm going to pull him out and open him like Melkor did and let him pick from somewhere.
Say when.
When? Oh, I said when at the beginning.
Do it again.
Say when.
When?
Monteith.
He's
saying it.
Okay.
Can you not hear him?
I don't think he can hear us.
Hey, Anthony, can you hear us?
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. Can you
You
hear
can't
us?
hear us. Can you hear us
Sorry
now?
about that, guys.
Can you hear us now?
Did they die? Can
Hello?
you hear us?
Yeah, they died. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Couldn't hear you say when, so I just picked one for you, Monteith.
As you draw this card, you look over and you see Grim picked up by a harpy and flown off
Fucking
into
of
the
course.
horizon.
Oh my God.
Monteith, dude, I'm just fucking bawling at this point now again. I just constantly, I'm fucking up, dude. Like, I just killed Melkor in my mind, like, and now fucking Grim gets fucking swooped. Monteith now thinks it's better that he doesn't make any decisions and he's going to leave all of his decisions, not all of them, but he's going to leave any critical decision to somebody else.
Okay.
Fuck it, I've already fucked up. I'm gonna draw a card.
I just grabbing it off the top.
No, I'm gonna grab it somewhere out of the middle.
They win.
When?
Oh no.
Fuck.
Dude, we're not doing hot tonight.
No.
No, we're not. Pearl's gonna kill me when he comes back.
What languages do you speak, Roth?
Hold on. Let me go look real quick. Elvish and Common.
Okay, then you're going to understand what she's saying. Uh,
I don't like this.
you are suddenly tempted by. It says you capture the attention of a sorceress maiden. She immediately begins planning to lure you to her lair and make you her thrall. It's the siren card. So she is now trying to lure you and make you her slave or whatever. So you hear her song singing, and I need you to roll a constitution save to keep from just like walking into the water.
Wait, don't I have something against? Oh, no. I don't remember if I do. That'd be under features and traits, right?
Yeah. After you guys are drawing these cards, they're just bursting into ash and disappearing.
Good. We can't draw them again. Yeah. Fuck. No. All right, here we go. And it was a con save.
It's a wisdom save, sorry.
Oh, wisdom. Okay, that's 18.
Wisdom save of what?
See what happens when I get those cards? Worse shit starts happening.
I'm guessing that probably passes. So you're not tempted to go in there right now, but this, you need to write down that this siren is going to continually try to make you come to it. And we'll probably have to roll at least once an episode for it. Unless you decide to try and find it and kill it.
Now that Monteith is still just thoroughly fucking grief stricken, I'm gonna drop down to my knees, having already fucked up, and just scream out, just to fucking anybody who would be able to hear me, and just be like, if there's truly any sort of fucking good in this world, why the fuck did this have to happen?
As he says that, I'm just kind of gonna sit there and now know what everything has happened and everything that transpired and led up to this moment has actually been my entire fault because of
Roll
my family.
Constitution save to see if you can keep yourself together.
That's a 14.
You're struggling, but you're managing.
I believe like I'm sitting there, I kind of have like a little twitch and I'm like one step away from just completely and utterly losing my shit.
I look at Brock and I say, just now thoroughly convinced that shit's just fucked, that we have to take the rest of this into our hands to truly fucking serve Melkor's memory well. I look at Broth, I stand up, trying to dry the tears from my eyes, and say, we got to keep going. It's what he would have wanted. We need to get back, and we need to figure out where the fuck we are so we can make something right.
Why? Froll's gonna kill me. Melkor's dead. Grimm's dead.
Grimm's not dead. We need to
why
find
is it
Grim.
even
He got
worth it?
spooked.
Why
He
is
got
it worth
spooked
it?
because of me.
And Anthony,
I'm a worthless worm.
Anthony, I sent you my my new character.
I'm worthless.
I look over at Broth real quick and be like, if there's one thing I know about harpies, they've got a nest nearby. We need to hurry before we lose another a crewmate.
I think I need to roll another con save to see if I even heard that over me. Just
Before you do, I grab you by the shirt, slap you, and say, God damn it, Brock. Get your shit together. Let's go. Would like to give him a little bit of some fucking like inspiration of how I feel like Melkor would be handling it.
Okay.
what do you want a normal roll for con save then?
Yes.
Another 14. I feel like I'm kind of, I'm still one step away from losing my shit, but I realize we need to go save Grim before shit really hits the fan. And Froll definitely stabs me this time.
I gotta figure out, how would you find him? It's been half an hour or so since that harpy grabbed him and flew away.
Well, they're on an island, right? So which means
Yeah, but it says that harpy takes a crewmate and flies it to a distant shore.
Oh shit!
So it just grabbed him and flew away.
Technically, though, the other side of the island could be a distant shore at this point.
Well, it's a smaller island, so probably not. But are there any islands around?
I guess we would have to look and see. So I grabbed Melkor's backpack.
No,
Does that mean
Brandon,
I have
pick a number between 1 and 100.
I'll roll for it. Oh, that's a weird dice. I don't know how to read that. 36.
You're pretty close. I rolled a 26, so I'd say yeah. There's an island within like 10 miles. So you guys have a rowboat.
Broth, did you grab my spyglass?
I grabbed your backpack. Was your spyglass in your backpack?
It was attached to the side, so yeah.
Then I have the spyglass. Because I pretty much grabbed your bag. So whatever's in your bag and the deck is what I have. I'm half tempted to pull another card.
Feel free, my friend. Feel
Let's
free.
not. Let's not.
I think you could convince Monteith to pull one too.
I want
I'm
to look
not
at
so sure about
I want
that.
to look at
Monteith isn't making
Monteith
any more
and be
like
like, one
big
more,
decisions.
one more. Maybe we'll get lucky. I feel this is it. I feel like one of our two cards could do it. Can I throw a persuasion?
Yeah.
That is a 17.
Well, what would your number be to be persuaded, Monteith, in your current state of
What did
letting
you
other
roll?
people make decisions for you? So I think this would be a pretty big decision, and you'd let Roth make it for you with a 17.
Yeah, I would say I'd be pretty fair at that point. Be fairly for it.
Picking
I'd
two
tell
random cards then.
Monteith pulls first.
They win.
Yeah. When? Fuck.
Roth.
When?
Okay, Monteith got Aperture. An interdimensional portal appears, leading to any one place of your choosing. It remains open for 1 hour. So there's your benefit. But Broth's card is the
Fuck.
Weaver card. Choose a character. You determined that character's final destiny. You do not know when this fate will come to pass, but it becomes certain and inescapable. I would never ever draw from the deck again.
Yeah, I'm definitely not ever wanting to.
I take and
Actually-
put that deck completely
so as-
away.
Monteith pulls his card out. This like bright blue
Can
door
I-
way appears,
can I-
just standing
hold
before
on,
you.
Hold
Where
on.
would you want
I
it
have,
to go, Monteith?
I have something for said card. And I think it's going to throw you for a loop because this might work or this might be really stupid. Could I take and
Monteith would have
technically...
to go first, as he
Okay,
drew his
okay.
first.
Monteith.
Monteith. I'm torn because I could either say the island where Grim is, and we could save him almost immediately, or just be marching into our doom, or I could say to a place where I know we'd be able to get someone to revive Melkor.
I don't know where that would be, so I would
Yeah,
think going to save your crewmate would probably be a
Yeah.
good idea at this point. There's going to be a lot of unrest between crewmates.
Yeah,
With
so I'm gonna definitely
Melkor
say
dying.
I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna yell to Grim. And I'm gonna just be like wherever Grim is.
Grim is
All
currently
right, the
over
door
the
kind of does a pulsing and some short and long flashes, and then seems ready to go. It's stable and good.
I would like to look at Broth and say we need to get everybody else as soon as possible.
I'm gonna tell him, you go get them. I'll wait right here and make sure no one else goes into the portal.
Or comes
Write
out.
out what you want to do with the fate and for who, and send it to me, and I'll write it down in my notebook. We'll figure out when it's going to happen. I don't.
Well, that depends. Could I technically use
It would
on
be
some...
a secret. I don't think you'd tell them. Would you want to
Well,
tell
I
somebody when
wouldn't.
they're going to die or whatever?
It depends. Is someone that's already dead, could they have another death if I use the card on them? To alter their ending?
Are you going to make their fate to be resurrected? Then you have to figure out how to do that.
Well, their fate would be... Well, yeah, to come back alive until we finish. And then their fate would be they would die once we were finished saving the world.
I don't know if that works. That's a lot of different steps for.
Yeah.
It is. You decide their destiny. Shit.
But their destiny ends when they die.
Yeah. So he wouldn't really have a destiny you could decide because he's already dead.
True.
So no, that wouldn't work. Has to be somebody alive.
Good thinking, though.
There's a lot of
Alright.
people in the game that you could change their
Uh,
outcome.
Would I know? Would I knew he drew this card?
I would think so. Yeah.
I'm
You
gonna
were
have to.
watching him draw.
I'm gonna have to.
I'm gonna look at Ross before I leave to go get everybody else, and I'm gonna tell him, just give me this one release, give me my destiny, and I will take it humbly.
I'm gonna tell him no. That's not how this works. I have a different idea.
Okay. Guess Monteith, are you going to jump in the portal to go help Grim?
You said that portal's open for an hour, right?
Yes.
How long would it take to go get everybody?
Nobody else is here to play, so you guys, it's going to be you and Broth versus the Siren.
Yeah.
Or the
I thought it was a harpy.
Yeah, the Harpy. My bad.
Yeah, so I'm gonna look at Broth and be like, we don't have much time.
Let's go.
Harpies are pretty brutal creatures. We
Let's go
definitely
then.
need to go now.
Through the portal.
All right, you guys jump through the portal and you land on another beach. A typical beach, sand and rocks, few palm trees. You see some kind of warforged creature fighting this harpy on the beach, taking swings at it. The harpy's flying around, dive bombing it, trying to take it out. And go ahead and roll initiative, everyone.
Do we get a sneak attack because it's distracted at the moment?
Yes.
Except for me, correct? Because I'm already
Do what?
fighting it. Said except for me because I'm already fighting it.
Yes.
So initiative for me is 17.
Okay.
19 for myself.
Okay. Monteith.
16.
All right. 19 for the harpy, so it's going to go first. It's going to make an attack at Melkor. Gets a multi-attack, one
Melkor?
with its claws, one, not Melkor, at Brandon. We don't know his character's name yet. It does one attack with its claws and one with its club. Does a 19 hit?
Just hits.
That is 6 damage. And then a 6 doesn't. Oh no, that's a dirty 20.
Hits.
So that'll hit too. That is 9 damage.
All right.
And Broth with the 17, it's your turn. And you get a sneak attack first.
I rolled a 19.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Then it's your turn to go and hit it back.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, ugh, I'll get you, and I'll point my finger at it, and cast Vampiric Touch.
All right. ahead.
It has a. Oh wait, how does this work? Oh, a melee attack. Cool. A natural 20 on my first roll, first character. This is freaking sweet.
Yeah.
So it's immediately 18 necrotic, and then I have to roll the rest. 16. Another 11 necrotic.
Damn. Yeah, this harpy looks pretty fucked up now.
Bonus action. I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon right next to it. and
Yeah.
it gets an immediate swing on her as well, or him. I can't judge.
Glimmer Skler.
22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That is 7 plus 4 for an 11 radiant damage.
What is your magic weapon?
It is a giant hammer, and it has intricate lightning bolts going through it.
So how do you want to do this? Because
As
just
the hammer
wrecked this
strikes,
thing in one turn.
The necrotic and the radiant damage kind of mix together, and it just fucking poof, and just like almost explodes, combining the negative energies together.
Yeah, cool. So that fight's over. What do you guys want to do? Grim kind of runs back over to you, seeing Broth and Monty. Isn't sure what happened. He just knows he got picked up and sees the portal and kind of just runs and jumps through it, thinking it's going to lead back to where you came from.
Monteith, I'd like to run up to the Warforged as quick as possible, and just in utter disbelief, be like, God damn, dude, you fucking messed that thing up.
So the Warforged turns around, noticing for the first time that other people are here, and be like, "Hello, I am Erdan."
Erdan?
Erdan.
Erdon.
Erdan.
Erdon?
Erdan.
Erdon.
What are you
Is that-
doing here?
I'm going to look over at Broth real quick, like, just kind of shocked and be like, what are you, a fucking parrot?
Why, was that a pretty good impression of his name?
I'm just going to be like, no, but you kept repeating what he said over and over again.
I wanted to make sure I was saying it right.
He kind of Erdan cocks his head a little bit, and you start seeing, you start hearing like just like weird just weird variable syllables popping in and out, and it's like, hey, I'm Erdan. How are you? And it sounds eerily familiar to your voice, Broth. Not quite, but
That's a little eerie. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Hey man, this portal is only gonna stay up for a little bit. Would you like to join us?
describe the island I'm on. Is it just like an itty bitty island that like all of us here is a harpy's nest?
Yeah, I'd say it has like a cave that looks like it might go a little bit underground where the harpies would have had a nest and lured their unsuspecting sailors and stuff.
Cave, you say?
I'm gonna be like, well, I kind of walked here, and I point to my footprints coming out of the ocean, and I'm like, so like if you guys know where you're going, yeah, I'll kind of just hang with you guys if that's cool.
I'd like to most definitely invite him to come along.
Yeah. And be like, well,
Alright.
you don't have to walk in the water. We just go through this portal and you can come with us.
I looked at the portal. Okay, and I just walk through.
Come back out on that first beach, and the rest of the crew is sitting there. I'd think they'd have gathered some wood and food and berries and stuff by now. Maybe set up a makeshift hut for you guys to rest and take the night off and figure out how you're gonna figure out where you are and how to get back to home base.
Can I throw a perception to see Pearl?
Yeah.
I want to see if he's glaring at me, honestly. And that's a 19.
Yeah, he's kind of just sitting there twirling his dagger, glaring at you.
Yeah, I'm just
Now
going
that
to stay
you're
away
back.
from him. I'm gonna walk up to Erdan and see if he wants to draw a card.
Quit fucking drawing cards. We literally just got Brandon back. He's gonna disappear again if we're not fucking careful.
Or he's gonna get a really good card like you did.
I'm gonna look at it, and be like, "Nah, I'm good."
I'm just gonna put him away and be like, okay, and stuff him back in my pocket. All right. So I guess we're taking the night off.
You guys kind of just took a long rest not too long ago, so you'd think you'd be awake. You'd probably
Yeah.
Sobering
working
awake.
on your raft and making it sail worthy so you can figure out where you're going.
Can I throw
Use his sunstone and know which direction to go, because I don't remember who has the compass now.
He
I know
does. He
Froll
has
that.
this. No, he does. He has the compass and the
No, the
sunstone.
compass was on the boat.
Yes,
It
the
was
compass
part of the
is attached
map
to the
right.
table.
That's
So he
right.
just has the sunstone and would be following that by the moon, because he'd be able to use it opposite of the sun, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say you guys probably just get in the boat and start the little raft and start sailing. Safe to
I'm
go
gonna-
at night. No one's gonna see a little raft.
I'm gonna keep my eye on Froll because I'm pretty sure he wants to stab me still.
He definitely does, in my opinion. I think that's how Froll would react to you basically killing Melkor, in his opinion.
I'd like to try talking to Froll to kind of talk him down a little bit and be like, we can handle this situation when we get back to base in our boat.
Can I throw a
Froll's
perception
pretty
to hear
stubborn,
that?
so you'd end up just having to sit between him and Broth to keep the tense calm.
Oh, yeah.
I'd-
Isn't, real quick, out of character, isn't this the second Warforged that's with us now?
Yes, RB9 is
Yes.
with
Yes.
So,
So I kind of picture them just sitting there staring at each other like,
Monty,
boop.
knowing that these are just two gigantic uninhabited suits of armor, I would like to position them in between Broth and Froll to give him a little bit of an extra obstacle to have to fucking climb.
okay.
So, in case you're wondering, Erdon is basically like full, like basically fitted plate mail, and that's like he has joints in between that you can see like strands of wood that would probably serve as like arteries or tendons and stuff. But he is heavily plated. His eyes glow red, but it's not like blood red. It's more like a soft red. And his jaw, instead of it being like half the jaw talking, he actually has movable lips.
I'd like to think that with this being a new guy that we're dragging along with us, I'd kind of like to get to know him a little bit. So I'd like to officially introduce myself to him, but I'm not introducing myself as Monteith. I'm introducing myself as Mr. Pocket Sand.
I feel like Melkor's body is weighed down by pocket sand as well. It has served him well.
No, he still has. I believe
He
I
had
left his water
pockets full
skins
of
on
sand,
him.
so it definitely helped him just
Yep.
sink.
Yeah. I
Because
love it.
there were several times you said you filled up pockets with sand.
Yeah, it's true.
So
I'm
again, I
picturing you
introduce
guys in
myself
like
as Mr.
adventurer
Pocket Sand.
clothes with multiple pockets for multiple stuff.
So I guess you're coming over to me, Monteith, and just introducing yourself, I guess.
Yeah, so I stick out my hand and I introduce myself as Mr. Pocket Sand. I was like, but you can call me Monty.
I'm just Erdon just nods, and he sits down like Indian style, and he says, "Sit with me."
So I'll sit with him.
He looks over. He looks you through and through, and the light in his eyes like flicker. They're not like steady as he's eyeing you. Can I roll insight on him?
Yeah.
That is a 23.
Yeah, you get a pretty good look into him.
Yeah, I'm like, why do you call yourself a different name?
I just look at him and be like, well, because I use pocket sand to throw at everything. So I'm just going to start. I decided to start introducing myself as Mr. Pocket Sand.
He kind of just looks, or not really looks up because his eyes really, I mean, they kind of tilt up, but he's like, in a weird way, that makes sense.
Monteith, I kind of chuckle a little bit, kind of nervously, because I'm really not sure of what his intentions are. And I'm like, so how'd you get to that beach?
I was on a boat. I was serving in the Marines. I was the healer. The ship encountered a dragon and tore us apart. As I don't swim, I sunk to the bottom and just picked a direction and walked.
I'm gonna look over at Erdan and be like, "You can just walk underwater."
Yes, I have no need for breath, or sleep, or eating, or drinking.
Monteith, I'm going to kind of make a mental note of this. And I'm going to look at him and be like, so if you had to go underwater, we'd have to figure out how to make you float just enough, right?
Maybe.
No, we just let him be on the bottom of the water.
Well, okay, out of
He
character.
can
My
jump.
point, out of character. My point with that being is that we seem to do a lot of underwater stuff. And if we were to be out in the middle of the ocean, I don't think it would be a wise idea just to drop a suit of armor into the water.
I have
We'll
something
think
to
about
ask
that
real
when we
quick.
get to that part.
That's true.
Yeah.
When I
Okay.
was patting down Melkor, would I have found a sending stone with what I rolled?
Would you
I
roll
don't
again?
remember what you rolled.
Like a 20 something.
Oh, yeah, that high?
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah. You would have everything off of him.
Okay, so I want to after Melkor or Monteith. Go ahead.
I kind of want to look over at Broth real quick because I know what he grabbed when he was underwater. I'm gonna be like, by chance, did you grab his cap of water breathing?
DM, would I?
It was on my head. So unless you said it, probably not.
No, you didn't.
Fuck.
Monteith no longer has
I feel
one.
like
Roll
I would have
perception
left
really
it there.
quick. Whoever's standing on the beach where you guys landed, I would think that's where you set up camp, just kind of in your
I
sorrow.
will.
I'll take it. I'll see what I can do in the future for breath and breathing underwater.
So that is a 15.
You hear some chirping coming from the incubator.
What is that?
My bird. I'm gonna get the incubator and go look.
As you pick it up and look inside, you see two birds and they're staring at you and they just start chirping frantically. And roll a wisdom saving throw. It's only going to be like an 8 that you have to beat because they're babies, but
I got a 9.
you're lucky.
I am.
You
I'm gonna hurry up
resist the urge to put a magic item in the incubator.
I'm gonna take and I'm gonna start digging
These
up
birds are
worms
still-
to feed them.
Wouldn't
Okay.
he have to do do 2 of them since there's 2 birds?
Roll another one.
God damn you.
I'm just saying. Rules.
10.
Yep. Pass.
Okay. I want to start digging up worms and feeding them the worms, so like they stop trying to do their magic
They aren't
spell on me.
eating the bigger chunks. They aren't even trying to pick them up.
I
They're
chop them up.
chirping even more frantically.
I
They're
chop
still
them up.
not
And,
eating them.
Would
Um,
Monty know that birds chew on their food and then spit it out to their young?
Roll a nature check.
fucking doing it. I'll let these motherfuckers starve.
That's a 7.
Yeah, no. He's like,
the
why aren't they eating?
Monteith, I'd like to completely bullshit this then and be like, hey, Broth, I heard that birds poop into their babies' mouths. And I will roll a deception on that if need be.
Yeah, roll a deception. That sounds kind of out there. Roll insight, Broth.
God, I'm fucking rolling like shit. That's a 7.
I would
that's
immediately know that he lied.
That's a 14.
My passive
Yeah, you know that he's lying.
my passive insight is 17.
Jesus.
Erdon seems pretty brutally honest.
Yeah.
Erdon,
He
I think
says
he would
do
say
you
something.
know what to do with these?
he looks over at Mr. Pocket Sand and says, "Mr. Pocket Sand, that's not nice."
I'd like to look at him and be like, man, with everything that's been going on, I just wanted to see him shit on some birds.
Can
You
I
hear a giant cough from the clouds? Where the fuck have you guys been?
Hey, where the fuck have you been?
I can't interfere. Just watch. I just sit here. You guys fucking
Well, you
disappear.
could at least
Come back
you
and
could
kill
at least-
people.
you
And
know
now you're
what?
trying to starve some
Fuck
birds. You gotta
you.
mama bird that
Fuck
shit.
you.
Broth,
I am not
broth.
burning that.
broth.
Fuck you. Fuck
You're their
you.
mom. They
Nope,
saw you first.
I'll let 'em
They're
starve. I'll
imprinted.
let them starve.
That's not
I'll let
very
them fucking
nice.
starve.
I look over at Broth.
Mama bird that shit.
I'm gonna be like, he has spoken.
I don't give a shit.
This is the
He
way.
fucking left us in the middle of nowhere and said nothing for fucking
Voice is like,
days.
Broth, I didn't make you jump in a portal.
Yeah, I was
Fuck
about
you,
to say,
you coulda
Monty,
stopped me.
just get
Wherever you
super
went, I couldn't
serious.
see you. So
Well, you know what
you haven't heard
happened?
from me.
You know what happened? I got this, and I pull out the little box, and I just hold it. I go, I'm gonna fuck shit up with this, and put it back in my pocket.
Which box?
I feel like Kroll would be
You know it.
interjecting at this
I'm
point.
gonna tell him too as he says that. I'm gonna go. You know which box.
Are you gonna start a fire or pick another card?
The choice is yours. It's
Okay.
your move.
Right or left?
I'll give you the coin flip. How about that? Heads or tails?
Okay, heads is right, tails is left. It is heads.
Card being pulled.
Card flies
God damn
out
it.
of your box, and it is the pestilence card. You are afflicted with a contagious, disfiguring disease. The symptoms and method of transmission are chosen by the DM. I'm going to
Dude.
say you now have leprosy, and you start getting open sores all over your body, and like you just kind of deform and shrivel up, and anything that brushes against you gives you an open wound, and you're going to take 1 damage from it.
How does
Until
it
you can be
transmit?
cured of this disease
How does it transmit?
by touch.
I'm just
fucking-
gonna sit there. I'm gonna sit there calmly. I'm gonna look over at the new Warforge, Erden. I'm gonna be like, "Is there a chance you can cure this, good sir?"
Of course, but not today.
I'm gonna sit
Um,
there again. I'm gonna look at the deck of many things that I have in my hand, and I'm gonna be like,
Monteith,
slowly put it back in my backpack, and I'm just gonna sit there and be like, "Well, I'm not moving."
Monteith, at this point, I would say it would have been a fair decision to make that having other people pick what happens for you not being a very good thing.
Believe me, if you'd have picked the other way, it'd have been really bad for all of us.
So I'm gonna look directly at Broth, having this now resolute in my head. That's don't let anybody else pick your fate. I'm gonna look at him and be like, all right, Broth, here's the thing. We keep drawing from these, and they keep fucking us up. We almost lost Grim because of these
Yeah,
fucking
but
cards.
and I'm gonna point over to Ian and be like, "But we got a new Warforged."
I'm gonna look
And I'm gonna
over.
be like, I don't disagree. I'm glad we met our new Warforged friend.
Is Froll still purple?
Yes, because he still
What do you-
thinks he's from the future.
Erdon
Oh
walks
shit,
over
and so do I.
to Erdon and says, "Why are you purple?"
Earl would be like, nobody told me I was fucking purple.
You've looked at your hand and feet and penis multiple times, Froll. I think you would know that you're purple.
Yeah, you're probably right. It has to be a curse from this house we were at in this other place.
I touch his
Bunch of
forehead
sand.
and cast Remove Curse.
Does that remove all curses or just one?
At your touch, all curses affecting one creature or object ends.
Okay, I think being all delusional, Froll would just kind of come back. He'd still know that Melkor was gone, but he wouldn't think he was from the future anymore, and he'd not be purple now.
I'm like, anyone else cursed? I can heal one more.
I'm gonna raise my hand very slowly as I'm all fucked up and be like, "Well, since you won't cure me of the leprosy, will you cure me? I don't know what else I have, but I know I
From
have
the
a curse
future.
too."
Malurum,
Oh, I don't.
Malurum
quick,
would have
real
raised
quick.
his hand as well,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
Did
so
we
I
ever-
want to jump off a cliff all the time. Every time I see one, I just want to swan dive.
That seems important. I remove curses from him as well.
As you put your arm down, Broth, take 1 damage. As you brush your heavy ass armor against your shoulder, and it kind of gashes you open, and you feel it, and it almost feels like it just tore a chunk out of your shoulder.
I'm not even looking. I'm just sitting there, still straight face, like I'm not moving from here. I'm stuck here.
Real quick, did Broth ever actually determine that he was cursed, or does he just think he's a time traveler?
He knows because she explained what the curses were.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So Monteith, I'd like to look at our new Warforged friend. And I'd like to thank him for curing our friends so far of these curses. And be like, you have no idea how much trouble the fucking Froll was causing because he thought he was from the future.
Curses are no joke. I can heal more tomorrow.
Oh, good.
I think on that we'll end the episode.
All right. R.I.P.
I was-
Melkor.
So sorry. That was
Melkor,
devastating.
Brandon. Melkor is truly going to be missed.
Melkor did it to himself.
That's not the point, though. It was Broth that started it.
Yeah, but Melkor was
This is
trying to help
all
everybody
Broth.
stay alive, so
Yeah.
it's kind
This
of
is
like
all Broth's fault.
No,
that's why it was so epically sad, because it was really a sacrifice to save the team.
yeah. It was more trying to make sure that you all escaped. Melkor did it regardless.
The adrenaline buildup and everything was kind of perfect. The rolls for all the portals
Yeah.
was almost insane tonight.
Yeah.
Like a random encounter almost out of this random encounter book. And I rolled a d4 and it landed on the one that's a portal to another dimension.
Oh, wow.
And then you guys draw a portal card to go wherever you want to go.
Yeah, that, honestly, I don't know how you would have done getting Grim back because you were right.
Without that,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have known where he was. By even with the island only being 10 miles away, it would have been
Forever to
chance
find
luck
them.
to find it in a rowboat.
Yeah.
I will say, so Erdan was one of my second choices for this campaign because we did not have a healer. So I was like, well, we need a healer that is going to be consistently here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think
we're
Broth
gonna-
deserves.
If Froll is in next week, he's gonna open with some sadness and some words because Froll was, even though they argued all the time, Froll was bonded with Melkor.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
honestly, the way they bickered, I think that brought them so much closer.
They were family.
Yeah.
I feel like him and
Melkor and Froll basically shared the captain duties and the first mate duties together evenly.
Yeah.
You know,
Now, real quick though, out of character, I kind of imagine when we met Erdan that when I stuck my hand out to shake his hand, when he didn't shake my hand, I just went okay and just brushed my hair back.
He was.
It's either that or I looked down at my hand and went.
That would have been funny. I actually missed you saying you wanted to shake my hand. I probably would have, but it works out. So
I kind of had a feeling. The way I interpret it was that, okay, Warforged, think robot, and probably wouldn't know to shake my hand.
yeah, and RB9 and him may have an interesting duo, I guess, because they're both Warforged. They're both clerics. Wait, is he a
That's
cleric?
true.
Yeah, he is. So, but I guarantee they are different domains.
this is going
This
to
is
be
gonna be
interesting from
interesting.
here on out.
Yeah. Yeah, because you
Yeah,
guys
I'm
are going to be
pretty-
talking
know
about
how this is
Melkor, and I'm
gonna
gonna be
end.
like, what? Now, what's funny is, had you told me about Melkor, I can technically bring him back to life.
This is true. Do you have Revivify?
I do.
Yeah.
But I just spent both of them.
No.
No, I couldn't. It says you touch a creature that's died within the last minute. And it's been way
Oh.
longer than a minute.
Yeah, you'd have to have like a full-on fucking resurrection spell
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah. But I do have a spell of Prayer of Healing. So basically, like before we go into a big bad, I can heal everyone, up to 6 people, 2d8 plus 7, basically.
Hell
no,
yeah.
plus 4, and then it actually goes up if I cast it higher. So
Big voice in the sky, just out of curiosity, because I want to keep it as true to form as possible. Since I just carved Melkor's name into my arm, I probably most definitely need to worry about infection, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You haven't showered in days. You've been in soot and dirt and
yeah,
blood and guts
Nice.
from skinning
You're-
and cleaning
you're-
up animals.
I wanted just to make sure.
That bitch is infected beyond belief.
oh, I'm
Write
Oh, I
down and
just
we'll
cut it.
open with a medicine check next week.
Okay. I just cut it, so
And the siren check.
Well, the siren
Yeah.
check will be after a long rest, right?
Yeah. Be once per day.
cool thing with this now, though, having 2 Warforged is now 2 shifts over the night are covered without anybody worrying about points of exhaustion.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Warforges still have to.
have only 4 hours of meditation for
No.
a full rest.
Yeah, so
No.
Froll can do 4 hours, but we have to be sat down, but we can still keep watch.
Yeah.
Because
You
we don't
have to
sleep.
be immobile
Yeah.
for
It's kind of like a sentry cam.
Yep.
4 hours,
In
right?
fact, it's
Or
actually
6.
called Sentry something. Century's Rest.
I've never ever guessed something right just right off the bat like that. So I'm gonna take it.
Well done. Well, boys, with that, I guess we're gonna call it a night. R.I.P. Melkor.
Yeah, Melkor.
The
Never
first
forgotten.
death of our campaigns.
It
of a
is.
playable character.
Yeah. It is what it is. But
I miss Melkor.
with that, have a good night, everyone. Be kind to each other. Do something nice for someone tomorrow. Love each other, but most importantly, love yourselves. Have a good night, and fuck cancer.
Fuck cancer.
Fuck cancer.